The concept of HR has always been a little bit weird to me. It feels like it's just a bunch of supervisors for kids at a daycare. I don't think it just applies to HR. I feel like the whole concept of, maybe it's just me, but you know what? No, I don't think it's just me. I feel like a lot of other people out there feel the same way. The whole concept of a 9 to 5 corporate job just feels very, 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 very similar to school or to the education that we received throughout our whole lives, you know? Because if you think about it, what was school? You woke up at 7 in the morning, you got ready, you ate your breakfast, you took the bus to school, which most of us did. A lot of people, you know, either they walked or their parents gave them a ride to the school. You arrive, you have your first class, you turn in the homework that you had, or if you didn't have homework, you do work in the class. You do the exact same thing for the rest of the 5 periods. You have like little breaks, like recess and stuff like that. Maybe it's not an hour, but it's like 30 minutes. You have your PE class, you have your lunch, and then you just finish your day at around 3 to 4 p.m. Sometimes even 5 or 6 if you are part of like extracurricular activities. And then you either get picked up, you walk home, or you take the bus, which the majority of us did. And it's fine, all right? Like, it was great, you know? You hung out with your friends, you had a lot of fun, you learned new things. And then, so I'm not saying it's useless, but then you graduate college, and you go into the corporate world, and you go into, you know, you get a job or whatever. And it's kind of like the same thing, but even, it's crazier because now you're doing it with like grown-ass people. Like, you are arriving at a set date and time with people that are like 20 years older than you. You get there at 8 a.m., you start working, you have your lunch break, and then you just keep on working, meetings and stuff like that, deadlines as well, until 5 p.m. and then everybody goes home. Now, mostly everyone has a car, but let's say you live in New York or like Chicago or something, you take like the train or whatever. But it's weird. It's like everything that happened throughout our entire childhoods just repeats itself later on, but like more professional. And this time we're like getting paid to, you know, be able to pay our bills. And even like the lunch breaks, like I'm over here heating up my lunch that I bring in my little lunch box, and my 40-year-old coworker is doing the exact same thing. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, we just went from one thing to another, and it's ass. Unless you love your job. If you love your job, then stay there. But I don't. So I don't know, man. It's crazy. And then the concept of HR, like just a department designated to just make your life not worse, but like supervise you and make sure you're not fucking up or you're not bothering anyone or you're following the rules. And then they give you like write-ups and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, it's like if you were to get sent to the principal's office when you were in school. It's crazy. It's weird. I don't really fuck with it. It's just they get paid to just like patronize you and call you out and shit like that. Or maybe not all of them. The ones I've had experience with, they're not, you know, it's not very fun to have an HR. I mean, other than that, like I don't really have much to say aside from the fact that this whole like 9 to 5 corporate thing is just so weird. Like I truly do respect the employers and the companies that have their employees and they pay them based on results. I deeply, deeply, deeply disrespect and I hate companies that force their employees to be at the office from a designated time. I hate that. Unless they have to be there, unless they're like, you know, there's difference between white collar and blue collar. Obviously blue collar, like you have to be there. You have to be at the site. You can't just be at home. But there's a lot of white collar corporate jobs that force you to be from 8 to 6 when you don't really have to, you know? You finish your job in 3 hours and you're done and you can go home, but yet you can't because they don't let you. You're 30 years old and they won't let you go home. Crazy, right? And I don't know. I just think it's weird. I think it's very weird. If an employer finishes their work in 30 minutes or an hour or 2 or 3 or 4 hours, they should have the right to get the fuck out of the office and go fuck off and go home or do whatever the fuck they want. The fact that they're staying there 5 hours more because of rules when they're done with all of their work, it's just retarded. Like, what are we doing? Just let them go home. And They trust me when I tell you that employees will do a better job when you give them more freedom and you give them more of an environment that they feel comfortable with. If you are constantly micromanaging and just telling your employees what to do and just constantly putting pressure on them, you're not molding them, you're not turning them into a better employee, you're not adhering them to company culture and company values. That doesn't exist. That's all in your fucking head. Not everyone is the same as you. If you have a company and you have your own values, not everybody's gonna have those values, and that's okay. You're hiring them not because of their values, because you need something you need something done. They have the skills to get it complete. They do it and you pay them. And you both fuck off. That's how it is, and that's how it should work. So I do respect the companies that know that and pay their employees based on results, but I do not respect the companies that have their employees there every single day from 8 to 6. You have to stay here, you have to do this, da 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 da. I don't. You guys are fat. You guys are retards. I almost said a word that would have gotten me banned for life. Yeah, man. That's just how it is, unfortunately, and that's what we have to adhere to pay our bills. But yeah, man, hopefully something changes in the future. When I have my own company, I'm gonna treat my employees are gonna be the best treated employees ever. They're gonna have insane amounts of motion and fun. So yeah, man, they're gonna feel respected and they're gonna feel valued and they're gonna feel comfortable in their work environment. That's what you want. You want your employee to do their job to the very best of their abilities. Make them feel comfortable. Dumbass. If you're an employer and watching this and you're offended, good. If you're not an employee and you're watching this and you resonate and it resonates with you, then keep on watching and like and subscribe, please. So yeah, have a good one, folks.